the glory days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time, and we are going to be breaking down Emmanuel Moseley because you know what, guys? This guy has to step up in a big way and play cornerback, and that's going to be very exciting.
It's going to be a difficult situation for him, but I think all of us think that he definitely can do it, and he's shown in the past that he can come in and play some lockdown defense, especially during the 2019 playoff run.
Absolutely. Guys, I've been watching 72,000 hours of film on Emmanuel Moseley, and now I truly believe Emmanuel Moseley could be the second best cornerback on the 49ers roster.
I did the glasses for you.
You did. I appreciate it, my guy. Look, we got some film breakdown. These are our favorite episodes to do in the entire world. So before we get to that film, hit that like button right now. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. And guys, let's jump into this with the very first clip, which is from that divisional game, I believe, against the Vikings, in which he came in for Ahkello Witherspoon after Witherspoon got torched by Stephon Diggs. Let's look at this thing and break this thing down. He does a really good job on this play of getting the hips around and running with Stephon Diggs, keeping him up. And I know on first glance it looks like, hey, you know what? It looked like he got beat and Jimmy Ward saved him, but you can see here, Stephon Diggs is never really able to secure this ball cleanly. That ball is a little loose in space even before Ward gets there. It was going to be a difficult catch already. And on top of that, when you watch the slow-mo replay of the route back, Emmanuel Moseley is all over this guy. He's got him blanketed at coverage, and Stephon Diggs has to make a hesitation move at the top of the route, act like he's fighting back for the ball to create enough separation to even make the catch. And when you have an elite defensive line like this is what you need out of a guy that's not your elite corner. You need him to make these receivers work in space.
Yeah, it was going to take an elite throw and an elite catch to make the play, and that's what you're trying to force these guys to do, is make these, crazy good catches. Now, Stephon Diggs is capable of making this catch, and he's a impressive receiver. I think he improved. I think he showed that this year when he was with Buffalo. Mm-hmm. He really he torched the 49ers, in fact, and he made Jason Verrett look bad. So the fact that Emmanuel Moseley was able to come in and slow Stephon Diggs down in this game was huge, because that's really what the 49ers needed.
When he came in cold as well, which is not easy to do.
Bingo.
Playing against a guy that's been playing a quarter and a half. So, that's fantastic.
And then this play, too, against DK Metcalf. So, again, showing off two guys who have been problems for the 49ers in space, right? DK Metcalf, big physical receiver. Emmanuel Moseley, again, able to turn with him early in space.
Yeah.
Gets his hands on him early, gets physical with him early, doesn't let DK bully him, and the D-line's able to get some pressure. Russ doesn't make the greatest throw in the world, and Emmanuel Moseley's able to keep himself on his hip pocket, get out there in space, get his arm on the ball, make a play. Again, these are the type of things that you need from a guy who isn't your number one. We don't need Emmanuel Moseley to play great. We need him to be good. It means don't get beat over the top, right? Make catches difficult, and make these elite quarterbacks play elite on every single throw.
Well, the play against DK is great, I think.
I don't think Russ necessarily made a bad throw. I think he tried to back shoulder him.
He did.
And Moseley just didn't fall for it.
Yeah, he tried to back shoulder him because there's nothing there. Emmanuel Moseley has DK on lock. This is what we talked about with DK not being able to get out of his routes really quick. I mean, look at Moseley. He's already got the hand on the shoulder. He's in perfect position and
on
technique.
The hip the whole way, dude.
He's right with him the whole time. This is great coverage. This is what you want to see from your corner. If you get this from Emmanuel Moseley on a consistent basis, I think every 49er fan is super excited.
Oh, dude, look at the way, too, the way he watches DK's eyes here on this, and he waits. He waits to put his arm out to go after the ball until he sees DK look. Then Emmanuel Moseley finds the ball. He can see the ball. He can see his hands. And when DK starts to reach out to is when he puts his hand out in space to go knock it away. It's great technique.
That's what you're doing. You're watching his eyes. The eyes get big. Here's the ball. Hands go up. Here's the ball. Those are all things that you're doing as a corner, looking to make sure you can make a play on the ball, because you got to get that head around at the last second. But that's a really good job. He did deflect the ball. That's a great play by Emmanuel Moseley.
Absolutely. 100%. Horace, take a look at this next clip. Let us know what you think here against the Panthers.
He intercepted it.
He did.
No,
one of his two interceptions that year.
That's a heck of a breakdown.
No, it's just him playing his zone role perfectly. playing inside of Fred Warner. The throw had to be inside. Mosley knew the throw was going to be inside. He predicted the route clearly from film study, and he jumped it and made a fantastic play on the ball. And took the ball away from him. That's a high effort play and a smart play using your film study and knowing where the rest of the defense is around you.
100%. This is what you talk about. You saw multiple guys on the 49ers defense that have obviously picked up on when they're in this formation, and this alignment, they're going to run this play. And Fred Warner's right where he's supposed to be. And then Emmanuel Moseley puts his foot in the ground and really presses on the ball and comes up and makes a great play. He ran this route. He knew a route was coming. He ran the route better than the receiver and got there and made the play. Yep. And, you can't ask for anything else. That shows the preparation.
100%.
And that's key. A lot of defensive backs will struggle with preparation, but you can tell Emmanuel Moseley has definitely learned, and this is a Richard Sherman effect, because Sherman has helped these guys, and so they're all playing with that mental mindset of knowing exactly what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, agreed 100% there. And then this is another one, again, demonstrating the understanding on film study. He's there at the bottom of the screen. Right now he's at that bottom of the screen fighting with Kyle Rudolph. It's a situation where off the get-go, off the jump, he already knows that the route's going inside or back out to where he's going to be in space in his cover 3 responsibility. And he just waits for Kyle Rudolph to show his hand and tip his hand in terms of what he's doing. Kyle Rudolph pushes upfield, middle of the field, making it look like he's trying to get to the middle of the field. And then when he sticks and tries to get to the sideline, Emmanuel Moseley's waiting for him. He doesn't over-pursue, just sits there and waits for him in space and is like, hey, buddy, how you doing, friend? You're not getting anything over here. And if Mr. Cousins decides to put the ball out here in space, you ain't getting it.
Yeah, and he was carrying him inside, but he kept the outside leverage, so he's able to be in the right spot. And really, this is kind of easy coverage for Emmanuel Moseley because Rudolph did nothing athletically to get past him, and then he just basically bodied him and then waited for the ball to come and made a play on the ball. This is what you want from Moseley. Once again, he got his hands on the offensive player. He does play with his hands a lot, which is nice because if you have that touch and you have that feel on him, you know what he's going to do. Great play right here, playing his zone. Really pretty much perfectly.
Yeah, that was really nice.
You like that one, Horse?
I did.
And did you have one in particular that stuck out in your mind that highlighted some of the things that make you feel a little bit more comfortable and maybe comfy cozy with a guy like Emmanuel Moseley?
I think that just seeing what he can do against all those guys, I think all the clips kind of give you a glimpse overall of what he's capable of doing because they all presented something different. DK, you're dealing with the big physical, freak of nature, and then with Stephon Diggs, you're dealing with somebody that, look how crafty he was to hesitate and slow up and then take off again, and Moseley was able to still get there and get a hand on him and, probably make it very difficult for him to make the catch. And then you've seen him run the zone against Kyle Rudolph, against a tight end who's very skilled and a veteran that knows all the little tricks, and he played his zone perfectly. So what you saw is a guy that can do all the things that the 49ers need to do, and as his role expands and he's the next guy opposite of Jason Verrett, I fully expect him to be able to, reach the potential that I think we all have for him, or I think he has. And I think that he'll be a nice piece for them to be able to use this year. No, man, I agree with you there. Look, I'm not saying this man is the greatest corner in the league or that he is the greatest corner on the 49ers roster, but he does enough. He does enough that D'Amico Ryans can do a lot of things with him and this defense that they haven't been able to do in the past, and his skill set is fantastic. It's solid. He has a good skill set. He doesn't get beat deep very often, and when he does, man, it's difficult catches. Think about back even in 2020 season, that big catch Reynolds had in the end zone, the Rams game. Mm-hmm. He had to go up and fight for the ball in space. Moseley just lost track of the ball. He still that was still a hard, difficult catch to make. And it wasn't necessarily the greatest throw in the world by one Jared Goff. But look, at the end of the day, that's what you need from Emmanuel Moseley, and that's what you need from the secondary is make these players make plays. Yeah. And make them make plays more often than just getting wide open. And the 49ers secondary has shown they can do that. Yeah, I think you can live with the fact that you make people make tough catches. And, as long as nothing's easy, you can live with receptions. I don't get frustrated when people are catching the ball underneath and these guys are making tackles. That is not what frustrates me. What frustrates me is when you let somebody get wide open because of a broken coverage or you're just, caught out of position. So I know a lot of people get frustrated anytime someone makes a catch, but those are not the word. Emmanuel Moseley's going to give up catches. That's just the way it is. Jason Verrett's going to give up catches. They're going to rally, make tackles, and we'll be just fine as long as they don't give up plays down the field and don't get mixed up on their coverages.
The thing about a guy like Moseley is on a great defense, you're going to have a lot of star Pro Bowl type guys, but not all 11 guys are going to be Pro Bowl level players, and you need some guys that are just solid and can do the job, and that's the kind of guy Moseley is. And I actually think he has a little more potential than just that, but at the moment, that's just the guy he is. If you need him to do a job, he can go out there and do it.
He doesn't have to do anything drastic, anything more than that.
Well, this is his time to prove it. You know, He just got this new contract. This is the time to prove that, you know, he's worth the next contract. So he's going to be out there and try to do everything he can to prove that he's a starting level corner in this league. This is his opportunity to succeed, and I guarantee he's going to take it seriously because he knows paycheck is coming after this as long as he can prove that he can play well.
100%. Let us know what you think of the film breakdown down below right now in that comment section. Comment. Horace, what do you want to do?
Comment.
Yeah, he's right. You need to do it right now. Hit that like button as well while you're down there. Share the video as well. And don't forget to subscribe. Help us get to 1K today. We want to hear from you. What did you think? Are you as worried about Emmanuel Moseley? Or feel a little bit better? Maybe this guy can lock down one side of the field.
Yeah, do you think that Emmanuel Moseley is the answer this year? Or are you ready to roll with one of these young rookie corners? Ambry Thomas, Deommodore Lenoir. I think Mosley's proven that he can do it against some of the best players, but I would like to know what everyone else thinks, if this guy is actually a guy that can get it done, or if they think we're going to have to go with Ambry Thomas sooner rather than later.
Or do we need to go sign a free agent?
Ooh.
There is that potentiality as
and
well.
Which one?
That's the question. That's the question right there. Let us know about it down below, and until next time, 49ers fans, you stay safe.
Remember the right way.
Is always the 49ers way.